Okay, now let's turn to the next section. Boy, this is a headline for the month. Okay, and I'll Marianne, I usually go last on this one, which means Tony sometimes gets my headline, but that's okay. Tony, what's the headline for the month?
I think healthcare bill is going to fail.
Wow, geez, Tony. Now, folks, this is before the Massachusetts elections.
That's right.
They're today.
They're today.
So this is Tony's stepping out there. Tony, this is.
I'm stepping out. I think that there's going to be some surprise and upheaval, and I think that we're going to see some change in where we're heading.
Now that would be, boy, that talk about a headline. That you got any more like that, Tony?
Well, I don't know. I'm really rolling the dice on this one. So
you sure are.
I'm all in here.
You're all in. You got them all in. Marianne, a headline for the month.
It's not necessarily financially related. It's one I'd like to see. I'd like to see Haiti, a country in recovery.
Okay, country in recovery. I think we probably will see that. Now, we're going to see the Super Bowl in the next week or two. What's the ads going to be like this year in terms of the look and feel?
Well, I hope they're similar to what they have been in the past. I hope they use humor. I think they, we all expect something funny and interesting and something we're going to talk about, kind of like GoDaddy did.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty interesting, and
yeah.
kind of the integrated approach that they took from
using
TV and then driving people to the internet. I think that you'll see more of that.
I think. As an economist, but my gosh, don't ask an economist for marketing advice. You don't ask, that's not good.
Now Ernie, you almost got away with it. You
almost
got away with not giving us a headline,
Right, yeah. Job losses accelerate. In other words, on February the 5th, I'm sorry, but I think we're going to have more job losses than we think. Now, not back up to the bad old days of January of last year, or February of last year. I think that's it. I'll give you a sec. I got a few headlines, Tony.
Good.
Chinese growth moderates. That's not good because years ago the U.S. was the driver. In other words, when we were growing, that helped other economies. Well, today it's China. All of us are depending on China. China's growth has been doing quite well, but it's moderating in my judgment. It's going to be a pretty big story. A little bit less than the job losses.
And why do you see that moderating?
That they are driven by selling to everybody else. We're not buying. I don't know if you saw the latest numbers. Our trade deficit with China there was none. We had a surplus. We sold soybean to China. Again, back to my hypothesis. I'm bullish on agriculture again because of that. So China is just not, they're export growth driven, and they're not exporting. I mean, this economy, Europe particularly, U.S., Japan, just not enough growth there. I mean, they're export driven, which means they can't turn internally. They're not going to grow from within. They've got to grow from without. Not there.
And without profits from us, they don't have the ability to reinvest in their economy and grow their own economy. And
for all those alarmists that think China's going to take over the world, relax. I mean, it's just a I don't mean to say it's not important, but the U.S., this is the place to be in business. This is the business place. This is where we're going to see expansion. Now, it's tough to deal with right now. I'm, again, predicting a soft economy for the first half of 2010. I think the dollar continues to weaken. Now we've had it coming down like this. Now it's growing. It's grown. It's increased in value a little bit. I think we're going to continue to see the slide. Now, why the slide? Well, one factor is interest rates. Our interest rates are going to remain low. A second factor is our trade deficit's increasing. That's another factor. And the final thing is I think people are getting a little less. Their risk tolerance is increasing, so they're more like, well, let's deal in Brazil. So that's happening as well. So I don't know. I think those are pretty good headlines. Anything else, Tony?
No, those are tremendous.
You scared everybody out. You've already turned off half our audience.
Oh,
you
wow.
know what I mean? So anyway,